Hello, in this video we speak about and discuss about application building blocks in mobile applications using Android Studio. Component is simply a piece of code that has a well-defined life cycle, example activity, receiver, service, etc. The core building blocks or fundamental components of Android or activities views, intents, services, content providers, fragments, and Android manifest XML. So here the application building blocks, we have services and we have intent, and the intent to connect between the activity and the services. What is activity? Activity usually corresponds to one user interface screen, expects active user interaction, would possible to make faceless floating winds. These are the properties of an activity. Android code building block activity. An activity is a class that represents a single screen. An activity is a class that represents a single screen. And a view is the user interface element such as button, label, text, field, etc. Anything that you see is a view. Application building blocks. Application building blocks such as the Android Studio. It's used for long-running background tasks, typically started by an activity, returns results via intents. Also, these applications can be easily maintained and built and programmed developed by Android Studio. Application building block service. The service is background process that can run for a long time. There are two types of services, local and remote. Local service is accessed from within the application, whereas remote service is accessed remotely from other applications running on the same device. Intent. Intent is used to invoke components. It is mainly used to start the service, launch an activity, display a web page, display a list of contacts, broadcast a message, dial a phone call. This is intent. Content provider. Content provider you are used to share data between applications. Fragments are like parts of activity. An activity can display one or more fragments on the screen at the same time. Components of app XML-based layout. Layout of visual elements. Visual elements like button, like text view, like image. All these are visual elements. Components of the app Java or content-based code. So in Java activity or Java file, we have actions on. Actions which are such as click, scroll, tap, etc. All these actions. And it's connected, maybe connected to external connection with external connection to databases, cloud. Okay. Components of an app manifest file. XML manifest file manages the permissions to use various components OS, operating system, or hardware. This is the manifest file. XML manifest file like index of a book, and it manages permissions to use various components of the operating system or the hardware. Here we have the algorithm of the activity lifetime. Any activity launched and then starts with on create and then on start and then on resume, and we will speak about the different three methods: on create, on start, and on resume. After on resume, the activity running, the core of the activity is running, the processes, all the processes and the core of the activity is running. And then we have an method which unfolds. Most like you are uh, stopped for some seconds or just 1 minute or a period of time, and then you can go back and go in this loop and on or resume it according to an action or timer or while condition. Okay, and then it will be resumed again and go to reactivate and running again, and the core of the activity is running, and then maybe go on pause again or go ahead and we have the action or the button on stop. If we happen that on stop, we have two ways. We go to this direction in this loop and to be ready for on start, or the on stop app process killed or memory or memory full, and this activity is has small priority or random little priorities than other activities, so it can be killed. So if it's killed, it needs to be recreated to go first created on the method of create. Let's suppose that it will go to start, and then it, and the condition happen, timer or action or condition is true, it will be on start and go resume and go to process the core of the activity and go here and then step this, and this is a new step which end destroy. If happened on destroy, so is destroyed and should be involved from some action from the user or any action. Okay, okay, this is the lifetime or life cycle time of any activity. Okay, so this is the same. I will delete it. Let's go ahead. Android activity lifecycle is controlled by 7 methods, as we said before, of the Android app activity class: on create, on start, on resume, on pause, on stop, on restart, on destroy, on restart, and on destroy. Okay, maybe on restart is not clear here, but it can be modified in the other another flowchart. Okay, so this is another diagram very important. We have the activity. This is the emulator or the mobile application device here, showing two activities, activity 2 and activity 1. And we can do many activities, activity 1, 2, 3, 4, until activity n. Okay, so we're going on the activities according to last in, first in, LIFO. Last in, first out. Sorry. Last in, first out. Okay, this is like the stack. The last in the stack is the first out. Okay, And we have here, we can group the views, collect the groups, text box, text photo, text views, text buttons, and grouping it and deal with as one group. In the user interface, UI structure, user interface, we have the layouts, we have the linear layout, and we have the relative layout. Linear, we have the vertical layout and the horizontal layout. Here, the which is shown is the vertical layout, and the relative layout, as we see, this is relatively not in sequence and horizontal. As we see, we have vertical and horizontal mixed together and the different shapes, different dimensions. And common views, as we said, text view, button, image button, edit list, and list view. common attributes اللي هي المارجنز البادنج اللي اوت margins البادنج as we see many color background color titles are all many as we see background on click visibility hint text color size all these are attributes and are many we can fetch and search out it in the Android application. And here, this is a Java screen for sample in Java for the main activity.java. And first of all, we start with the package, and package include the name of the project or the application which we created. And as we said before, we start with com dot the name and then the project name. Okay, and then we follow the state or this step by semicolon. Then we import if there are important libraries, we import them, and then we start our class. And here we have the modifier which is public and the class, and here the name of the class, and here extends, that means it extends from another class. This class is inherent or extends from the parent which is add camp activity. And then we have the protected. This is also protected as a modifier or some which is give access or net access. This protected mean no access, and this is a method and this void. So this method is protected. Let's go here another example of the XML code, and we have here the XML file which is XML activity, and here is the XML each activity or parameter has its value. So we have layout width and value width and layout height, context. The layout, also we have linear layout, and the linear layout also have width and has a height and has orientation. So this layout is vertically الorientation بتاعتها vertically وده another view which is text view text view another also. So each text has its height and its width, and also it has a name or label which put in text. Here we have the folders. These are the folders which is in the Android Studio in the left side, our left hand side. We have the manifest folder and we have the Java folder which contains all the files written in Java. And as we said before, Java programming includes all the code or the programming codes which are responsible for the actions on these screens, like click, like drag, like uh, each button, if I click, have some different function or method to execute. And this resources, the resources folder has very important folders like the drawable, which contains the image, and also we have the out. We have also the mid map, which is also contains the image, which we'll need and will use in our screens. Different screen and the mobile application consists of not one screen, maybe the two screens, three screen, 4, 5, 6 n screens. And then we have values. The values we have the colors. This is very important folder, contains different the colors of the theme. Okay, and we have also the strings, and we have the themes itself. All these are in the values, which is in the resources, and we'll speak about in the forum. So let's press in the string XML. After we press it, it will open here in the right hand side. And we have here one example of string. Its name app underscore name, and this is the string, and it's included in the tags resources. And we have also the themes. So all these are themes, and as we see, the themes file include the style tags, and inside the style tags there is the colors, different colors, and each color we can control it and change it by name or the hexadecimal code of the color. Now we have this screen, which is XML activity main screen, and we have here the double. We saw the main screen, and the blueprint of the screen is in blue color. And this is very simple. We have the palette, and we have the views. The palette includes the views, okay, and the below one component P, which show us the layouts, if it's uh, linear, or if it's constrained, or if it's relative layout. And as we see here, it's constrained layout. We started here with just one view, which is a button. Oh. And here in the right, there is a property appear in the right. And when we run this app in the emulator, we will see this screen, which is we have the title of the program, and we have the label or text view, and the text below it. And here there is hint inside the text. Tell the user to enter his name or her name, and tell her the password, text view, and tell her to enter the password. And we have two buttons like login and register, or next and close. Okay. Also, this is linear layout, and this is horizontal layout, vertical linear and horizontal linear mixed together in one layout. We can see it. We have linear layout orientation بتاعه horizontal, and then another layout vertical layout orientation vertical. Okay. Here we have another example, which is constraint layout. Constraint layout. And we can go to check and re-edit the activity made in the XML file, or we can edit the parameters or the values of the attributes or of the properties from the property window. As we know, the property window, which this one, which is the property window, appear here. If we go inside the XML file, this is Android Studio, and if we press the XML file, and the XML file, we select the design mode, not the code mode. We could find and access the property window. Just it will take just 1 minute or 2 minutes to upload, because it takes time, because there are many programs are working in my PC. So let's go back and continue in our here are another example of the strings file, which is in the values folder. We are still in the strings, and when we would like to make additions to the strings, all we need is to press open editor. I don't like, I don't if I enlarge this file, you will see open editor, and when you open editor, it will give you the option to edit or add some new string. And as we know, strings are related to the views, and each view has a name. So the string will be related to its name, and it will create a tag to be used in programming, and as a key for this string or the statements on the program. When we press open editor, we have a key and default value for the string. Now we are open the editor. After we click on the open editor, this screen appeared. And here is a folder which contain the strings XML resource folder, and here we have the key, which is text view password. Okay, and then we will write the default key. Here we have the password. When we go to the view and take one view of the views, as we said before, maybe the view text view, one image view, scroll view, switch, list. Okay, we will select just one view as the text of the password. So in the left side, in the property window, this is the property window. we can check. Here will be the text corresponding to the password text, and scroll down or up or search for some property like the text, the font color, the background color, and let's select the text. Here also we can change or add some new color in the themes. So we click in the theme and we go to the file of this themes file. It includes many different colors, each color with its value. So we can add new color, just we copy and paste one code of color, and then it changes the name of the color according to its value, and then we put its value in front of it, and the value we can get it. We can get the value from PowerPoint, from Paintbrush, from Photoshop. We select the color and the value will be in hexadecimal number. Copy and paste and put before it hashtag. Now configure image. We can also import one image and then make additions and changing in this image by this clip art or tool, and the image will be imported and included in the image map is better than drawable because map allow different resolutions of the image automatically, and it supports artificial intelligence program to select the appropriate image related to the size of the text box which include it, and to the screen and the colors of your screen. Here we select some image, and the image is in the drawable map as we see. Well, thanks for watching this video. In the next video we will see this in details, practically using Android Studio. So keep in touch and write any questions you need to answer, and if you are not subscribed in the channel, please subscribe to get everything new we upload to the channel. Don't forget to share this video with your colleagues and write a comment to support us and like the video. Thanks for watching and listening in your time.